I have come across people who are earning crores of salary per annum. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel लखनवी नवाब in Korea. आप सबका मेरे चैनल में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है और आज हम जो वीडियो बनाने वाले हैं वो हम जॉब प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स इन कोरिया के बारे में बनाने वाले हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों ने हमसे रिक्वेस्ट किया था कि कोरिया में जॉब कैसे ढूंढ सकते हैं उसके बारे में वीडियो बनाएं। इसलिए आज हम ये वीडियो फाइनली बना रहे हैं और बिकॉज बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे हैं जिनको हिंदी नहीं समझ में आती है, सो आई एम गोइंग टू मेक दिस वीडियो इन इंग्लिश. सो द फर्स्ट thing I'm going to tell you about getting a job in Korea is the eligibility criteria. Most important thing while searching for a job in Korea is Korean language skills. It is not required you to get the topmost level of Korean language, but at least you should have topic level 3 or 4, or you should be able to communicate well in Korean and understand what the other person is saying. That is enough, even if you don't have a topic certificate. There are many people who also get a job in Korea who don't know Korean, but that is because of their skills. That is because they have a very outstanding skills, for example AI or engineering skills, something which Korean companies cannot simply find in Korea. So that is why they hire engineers directly from India even though they don't know Korean language. And later on in the offices they are asked to learn Korean, or sometimes they are even not asked. But to be honest, if you want to search a job in Korea, Korean language is really very important. The second thing which is important is getting a degree course from a Korean university. That is because it is easier to get a working visa called E7 in Korea if you have got the degree course from either undergraduate program or masters or PhD or postdoc, anything. Other than that, you can also, as I mentioned, like companies also hire people directly from India only if they have the skills which are required. So that is how people who don't know Korean can come to Korea on a sponsored visa provided by the Korean company. So the next thing is job prospects in Korea. Many people ask me what are the famous job fields in Korea for a foreigner. So let me tell you, the most famous job field is marketing or overseas for a foreigner. So no matter what major you have done, you might have done Korean language or literature or international relations or international trade, anything, you will get a job, something which is related to marketing or overseas sales. There is a reason behind that. Let me explain you. So in Korea, what they say is in marketing or international sales or overseas sales, it is not a typical sales thing. What you have to do is act as a bridge between Korea and India. For example, India, I'm just taking the case of India because I'm Indian. So they just hire you because you know Hindi or maybe some other language out of the official languages of India, English and Korean. Because you know these languages, so you can act as a bridge between the company in Korea and probably the Indian market. The next is engineering. Engineering is a hot skill no matter whenever you come to Korea, and of course you are paid much higher than the people who are working into marketing or sales field. So another post is postdoc researcher in Korea, but you can get that only after doing your PhD. So the Korean universities give you this position, and under you there are many people like who are PhD holders. They can work under you, and the salary is provided is also pretty fine. These are the most famous fields in which you can work as a foreigner in Korea. So now let's come to the point on how you can apply in Korea. What are the websites through which you can apply for a job in Korea? First of all, let's divide it into several parts. So first of all, I'm going to talk about full-time employee. If you're looking for a full-time job in Korea, there are several websites where you can go and register your profile and search for a job. So the most famous website is Job Korea. It is in Korean. So if you know Korean, you can easily register yourself and find for a job. The next is Saramin. It is also in Korean. I will be mentioning the website links in the video description below. The next website is Seoul Global Center. There also you can find some job openings. The next one is Incruit. The other one is People and Job. And the last one is Indeed. Also you can look for some jobs on LinkedIn, but most of the jobs you can easily find on Saramin and Job Korea. And also there is one more platform called Job Pass Korea. It is a platform which will provide jobs only for foreigners. It is not for Koreans, it is just for foreigners. So before, what platforms I mentioned was mainly for Koreans, but foreigners can also find a job. But this Job Pass Korea is a platform where only it provides job information for foreigners. So I think it is a very good platform where you can go and search for jobs. So let's move on to part-time job search in Korea. So there are some websites where you can search for part-time jobs in Korea, which are Albamon and Alba Chongguk. So both of these websites are also in Korean. So if you know Korean, I think searching a job in Korea is really easy for you. Apart from this, there are many Facebook communities like Foreigners in Korea, Expats in Korea, Part-time Jobs in Korea. Several Facebook groups are there where you can join, and people keep updating about the new open positions, and you can easily find a part-time job from there. And there's also Craigslist Seoul, where you can find for freelancing or part-time jobs in Korea. So the next part is internship. How you can find an internship. So finding an internship can be difficult, but it is not so difficult because I could do a lot of internships in Korea while I was doing my masters. So the best thing is that Seoul Global Center provides internship every year twice. So you can apply, and if you get through the interview, you can work as an intern with the Korean government. I worked with the Korean government and it was a really good experience. Apart from that, there are many companies who keep offering intern position, and about this you can easily find the information on the company websites or probably Saramin or Job Korea. Okay, now let's have a look at the salary paid. So the minimum salary which is provided to a foreigner is $1,700, but it is not necessary for you to start with such a low salary. You can always target companies which pay much higher salary than this. You can get a salary from $2,000 to $2,500 as a starting salary. It depends on the company you are targeting. If you are targeting a small company, it will pay you less. If it is a bigger company, of course it will pay you more. And also your work experience and language skills count a lot. Okay, so this was not the end. Let me tell you, if you have some technical skills, you can get a job starting with $3,000 per month. So even higher than $3,000 depending on your skills. I have come across people who are earning crores of salary per annum. So it all depends on your skills, and especially if you have a technical skill, then you are going to get a lot of money in Korea. So not only technical, even for sales or marketing position in big companies like Samsung, LG or Hyundai, you can get more than $3,500 per month. So all depends on the scale of the company you are applying at. So now I will tell you about the work culture in Korea. So you might have heard from people who say, oh, working in Korea is really bad because they ask you to work till late nights, and sometimes like you have to go out with the company and drink alcohol. But it actually depends, because you are a foreigner, you can always tell them, okay, I don't drink, I am not going to drink, so they will just excuse you. Korean offices start from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or maybe 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It depends, but it is like 9 hours working culture. You might be asked, in fact, like more than asking, it's like in their culture, nunchi culture, which like might demand you to stay a bit longer than your working hours. Maybe if your office ends at 6 p.m, then you might work till 6:30 p.m or 7 p.m at times. But there are companies who don't even care about that. They say, oh, we are global companies, so you can go back home sharp at 6 p.m. Like for example, the company I am working, I just leave office at 6 p.m, so I don't have to work extra hours. So if you're planning to work in a Korean company, you must focus on your Excel skills and PowerPoint skills, because they will always ask you to prepare documents in PPT or Excel, and you might have a hard time because, like, you know, we Indians don't specifically take an Excel or PPT class, but in Korea they take that. And also learn to increase your typing skills, because they are really fast, like you will see them. So I hope I have tried to cover all the topics in this video. So if you have any more queries, you can tell me in the comment section below. If you like my video, subscribe to my channel, like and share, and see you in next video. Bye.